Today, let's see a question from GATE 2020, and this question is from soil mechanics, which is a very important subject. But here, I just want to talk something in general. The question can be from any subject, but in GATE, if you see the 2-mark questions in general, a lot of these questions are very lengthy and there are no options also to tick from. So these questions, fill type questions that are coming in the recent years, a lot of these questions are very lengthy in nature, and that can be very overwhelming when we are sitting in the exam and there is immense pressure to solve a lot of these questions. So to tackle that situation, it is very important that we develop the skill of reading and understanding the question, because such long questions, if you are not reading properly or if you are thinking already that it is a very difficult question because it is such a large question, or any sort of assumption about any question, easy, difficult, any sort of assumption if you make even before reading the question, then that may result in lack of confidence or doing some mistake also. So that all can happen. So the very important skill that is required here is, don't try to read the question in a hurry. Reading the question and comprehending the question is a very essential part in solving that question. You can spend, if you have spent enough time in reading the question and understanding it properly, maybe you will just take only a minute or maybe less than that to solve that question. But if you have not read the question, then the chances are very high that you may end up doing some mistake, or you may find the question very difficult. There can be multiple problems when we are sitting in the exam, because the pressure is very high when you are sitting in the exam hall. So these skills you have to develop from now. It will be difficult right away when you see such huge questions in the exam. There can be 5 to 7 questions that are this long. So this skill of reading and understanding, the comprehension skill, is very important. So with that note, let's see this question. What does this say and what is it trying to ask? So it says a 5-meter high vertical wall has a saturated clay backfill. So from this first line itself, we are knowing that it is talking about the backfill and this vertical wall. So it is question, if you have studied soil mechanics, from here you can figure it out that this question is from retaining wall topic. So you would be knowing that in general, in retaining wall topic questions, diagram is given, but here the diagram is not given. And for solving these questions, drawing this diagram is very important. If it is a question from retaining wall, then make sure you draw a rough diagram. For sure, you have to draw this rough diagram. It helps a lot in solving the question. And so here it says that it is a 5-meter high retaining wall and it has a saturated clay backfill. So the height of this wall is 5 meter and backside of this soil is clay. It is saturated clay. The saturated unit weight and cohesion of clay are 18 kilonewton per meter cube and 20 kPa respectively. Now in this next sentence, it is just telling us more information, that is the unit weight of this clay and its cohesion. So unit weight gamma, it is given as 18 kilonewton per meter cube and cohesion is 20 kPa kilopascal, that is also 20 kilonewton per meter cube. The angle of internal friction of clay is 0. Even in general, if this was not given, we would have assumed the angle of internal friction to be 0. But here, this is giving this additional information also. This may not be always given. But you can see that if the question is long, it can have such information also. It can be very clear in its language. So you don't have to get scared or intimidated by such questions. Then the next line, it says, in order to prevent development of tension zone, the height of the wall is required to be increased. Now, if you have studied this topic of earth pressure or retaining wall, then you must be knowing that when we have a C5 soil, so for the C5 soil, the active earth pressure, first of all, because it is talking about the tension zone, so this tension zone itself only forms in case of active earth pressure. If it was passive earth pressure, then there would be no tension zone. So that is another information from the theory part. So this active earth pressure for C5 soil, it is given as gamma z Ka minus 2c square root of Ka. This term would not be there if it was just a cohesionless soil. So that is one difference. Now in this equation, if you see, when we find out the active earth pressure at z equal to 0, then this value will come out to be minus 2c square root of Ka, which is a negative value. And here this negative sign indicates that this is a tension zone. I mean, negative stress here, negative earth pressure indicates that it is in tension, and only after some distance it becomes 0, and then after that, if depth is sufficient, then it will become positive. So for this soil, if we draw the earth pressure diagram, so it comes out to be something like this. At top, it has a negative value of minus 2c square root of Ka, and at the bottom it will be net value of gamma z Ka minus 2c square root of Ka. So that is this part of the language in this question. I had to tell a little bit about this tension zone. Now let's go back to reading the question. Now here it is saying that dry sand is used as backfill above the clay for the increased portion of the wall. So here it is saying, in the last line it was saying the height of the wall is required to be increased. So here this height has to be increased, and as a backfill here we are filling the clay. In this part we are filling sand, and the purpose of this fill is to prevent the development of tension zone. So it should be filled in such a way that this negative part that is coming in active earth pressure, it should not happen. Then details about the unit weight and angle of internal friction is given. Unit weight is 16 kilonewton per meter cube, and angle of internal friction is 30 degree. Assume that the back of the wall is smooth and top of the backfill is horizontal. So these points are given. Back of the wall is smooth, that means we can use Rankine's theory, because in Rankine's theory we have assumed a smooth wall, whereas in Coulomb's theory this back is not assumed smooth. We have considered the roughness, but in gate only we have to cover this Rankine's theory. So this line gives hint about that. To prevent the development of tension zone, the minimum height by which the wall has to be raised is. Now it is asking that what should be the height here of this retaining wall, this increased height, so that this tension zone does not appear. So you can see each of these lines had a purpose. It is giving us a lot of information about what the current situation is and what change is required. That is, current situation is that there is a 5 meter vertical wall, 5 meter high wall with clay, and when we just have clay, so there is a tension zone and we want to avoid this tension zone. So above this, sand is being filled. So we have to fill this sand in such a way that this tension zone does not appear, and all this information we are getting just from the question. Now we can go for the solution part. So already I started with this Explanation: if you have already covered this topic, you will not be having any difficulty with these formulae and all. So if we write the value, so at z equal to 0, Pa will be minus 2c square root of Ka, and this coefficient of active earth pressure, it is given as 1 minus sine phi upon 1 plus sine phi. So phi is given 0 for this clay part. So from that, this Ka is equal to 1. So at top of the clay, active earth pressure is coming as minus 2 into C is 20. So that is minus 40 kilonewton per meter square. This is in meter square, not meter cube. Then at the bottom here, at 5 meter, this value will come as gamma z Ka. So gamma is 18, z will be 5 meter, Ka is 1 minus 2 into C, that is 2 into 20. Again Ka is 1. So this value comes out as 50 kilonewton per meter square. So here this value is 50, here this value is minus 40, and if we put Pa is equal to 0 in this equation, if we solve for Pa is equal to 0, so we can find out Z as 2C upon gamma, that is 40 upon 18, or if you solve this, it will come as 2.22 meter. This part is not required for the question, but just for your knowledge, I have also shown how we can calculate the point where this active pressure is 0, or the point where it is changing from tension to compression. Now after this point, this is first part of the question, that there was this clay backfill, and because of that there is some negative pressure. Now the second part is that we are filling the sand. So what will happen due to this sand fill? The equation of earth pressure will become gamma z Ka minus 2c root of Ka plus Ka gamma sand and Z sand. Z sand we have taken here as H. So this we can write as H. So this will be the change in the equation. Now this sand should be filled in such a way that instead of this negative value at the top of this clay, this value should be 0. So when Z is equal to 0 in clay, this Pa should be equal to 0. That was the core concept for solving this question. So at this point, this Pa should become 0. So here these values are gamma into Z. So for clay, 18 into 0, because at Z equal to 0 we are checking, minus 2 into C. So 2 into 20 plus Ka gamma sand and H sand. Now which value of Ka should we take? Should we take the Ka in the clay part, or should we take the Ka in the sand part? So when we have such interfaces, when we talk about earth pressure and we have such interfaces, then we have two values of earth pressure. If we were seeing the earth pressure in sand at the interface, then we'll use this Ka of sand. But here we are checking this value in the clay part. This tension zone is developing in the clay part. So in writing this active earth pressure, we'll take the Ka of coefficient for clay. So that is simply 1. The unit weight of sand is 16, and H, that is the height by which the wall has to be raised, that we have to find out. So if you see here, we are getting 2 into 20 by 16, that is 40 by 16, or 2.5 meter. Now here it may seem to you that this question was not so small, but if you already know that what this language was suggesting, once we were done reading the question was only about these two lines. This was the solution of the question. Rest is I have given to give you a revision for this active earth pressure, but this is what the solution for this question was. That active earth pressure at the interface of clay and sand should be 0, and we just put the value accordingly to obtain the increased height of this retaining wall. You can also check out our website, and under the blogs you can find out about the Rankine's earth pressure theory. So here we have written the important points about the earth pressure and Rankine's earth pressure theory, including the assumptions and the different types of earth pressure, like earth pressure at rest, active earth pressure, passive earth pressure, and the different formulae that we generally use for Rankine's earth pressure theory. So you can check it out, and at the end of this theory there is a quiz also for you where you can test your knowledge with the help of this question and improve the concepts. So this is to give you an idea that reading or comprehension skill in the exam are very important. It is as important as the knowledge of the concepts and your understanding of the subject. You should give sufficient time in reading the question. Don't hurry about it. Give it sufficient time and get the data clearly. Write it in your notebook, whatever data is mentioned. If some small diagram is required, like I said, when we are solving these retaining wall, the earth pressure question, we need to draw the diagram. It really helps in solving the question. So do all these required things and it will make sure you solve the question correctly.